Hi everybody, it's November. Happy November, and let's go and look at what's going on in the market for the last 10 months of this year. Can you believe that already? We hit another milestone. We were worried about August being almost 445. Look what we did in October. Medium sales price for the Reno Sparks area, 455,000. Wow, median sales price per month. You can see back in October of last year, we were right around 400,000. We have gone up to the 455 in a matter of a year for a median sales price. COVID hit in March, and I'll be showing you some different slides to see just how much is going on. You can see on this one, October of last year, 2019, days to contract, you waited about 62 days to get an accepted offer. Now, October of this year, only about 34, and that's across the whole community, the Truckee Meadows. 34 days, you might be asking a little bit too much, because I know of homes, put a home on the market in Sparks, and in 4 days we had 5 offers and we're in contract. So if it's priced correctly, you're going to go a lot faster than 34 days. This is quite interesting, and it's kind of interesting to watch this. The gray box followed down since July over till October. It's the active inventory we've had. So in July, 638 homes were available in the Truckee Meadows. August, it dropped down to 545. September, 481. Now we're not even at 400 homes in the Truckee Meadows. We're at 394 homes, and that's all price ranges. You can see the sales we're absorbing almost as quickly as we put a house on the market. We had 568 new listings come on and 616 homes that closed. Someone got to move into their new house. Months of inventory. I kind of touched on this. It's very interesting. We had about 1.7 months of inventory back in March when the pandemic swept the world. We were all a little apprehensive in April and ended up getting about 2.4 months of inventory. But in October, we have less than a month's worth of inventory. Look how steadily that dropped. A lot of that has to do with the great interest rates, and we're going to talk about that as well towards the end of this presentation. Months of inventory, all of these have dropped. Again, if you are looking at a home in between the 400 and 500, there are 0.4% of homes on the market available. You get a little over a month when you jump up to the 700 to $1 million. And we're right at a month from 600 to 750. Might think about selling and moving up. There's a possibility that you could find something in that inventory range or price range in that inventory. Active inventory, and this is telling you that if by the end of October we had 60 homes in Truckee Meadows between $400,000 and $500,000 price range. Over $1.5 million, we only had 53 homes. And then $1 million to $1.5 million, 40 homes. Isn't that quite interesting? Again, the sweet spot is between the 600 and 750. So you'd be surprised how much equity you may have, and who knows? There may be a possibility with the interest rates remaining low. You might be able to get into something like that. The only way you know is if you ask, right? We're all wondering, and I'll show you another slide. Reno, Truckee Meadows is not the only one with low inventory. It's across the nation. Zillow did this report in the month of October, and you can see that there are a lot of people that are just kind of holding back. We were worried about we're worried about COVID. We are worried about the elections. That's what I heard from a lot of my clients, is that they were just going to wait and see what happens. And then, of course, the financial uncertainty. We don't know if the governor is going to put us in lockdown again. So all of those are really good reasons. And if you are blessed to be able to go to work every day, or even work from home, take advantage of that, in my opinion, and let's go and move you up and get you into a home that you really will be able to continue to work at home and still have your private or your family time as well, and not have them all intermixed. New contracts. Look at last year. October, we had 545 contracts that were signed. Last month, we had 656 contracts that were signed and accepted. We have more people coming in and a lot of people buying homes. So there in August was the highest amount of contracts. 794 contracts were accepted. That's a lot of homes being purchased. This was the slide I was telling you about across the United States. So this is months of inventory. Because it's across the United States, we can only go up to about September. But we have less than 3 months of inventory on average across the United States. May was the highest for almost 5% or 5 months. But isn't that interesting? We're not the only ones in northern Nevada with low inventory. Let's get into how much everything is as far as median home prices and that type of thing. This first slide is looking at just in the Reno area. We rose again. Median price is now $485,000. I can remember telling some people that it was $469 just a couple months ago. Active inventory, we went down 21%. So there's homes in the Reno area of 331 homes on the market. Move over to Sparks, the rail city. Median prices were down just a little bit, less than 1%, down to 412. But look at the active inventory. We dropped 45.7, might as well be 46%, to 63 homes on the market in the city of Sparks. That means from the freeway and out by Glutty, clear out to Spanish Springs, 61 homes, or excuse me, 63. We'll go and look at Fernley. This has always been one of the areas that are a good place to start. That rose 10%. Last month would have probably been a better month to go out there, but we can still get you into a nice home for $318,000, which is a great place to start when you're just starting out. Inventory dropped almost 15% down to almost 15% down to 52 homes. We're going to go to the Capitol. Their median sales price for Carson City dropped to almost 9%. To 405, and their inventory dropped to 45 homes. I have a client that's looking in Sparks, and she wants a home that is no older than built in 2000 up to today. I have 7 homes that I can show her, but 3 of them are out of her price range. It's very interesting. This is going a little bit further past Carson City, and now we're into the Minden-Gardnerville area. Most of the lots in the Minden-Gardnerville area are a little bit bigger. Their median sales price is $525,000, and their inventory went down 26%, down to 64 homes. Across the board, we've all dropped as far as our inventory, and we've talked about the reasonings why. In my opinion, it is still a really good time to take the equity that you have and put it to work for you. And we need to figure out how to do that for you. Give me a call. My number's right there. I always go back to the townhomes. I always mention also watch out for the HOA, but they went down to a little bit, about 5% to 254,500. The active inventory still is quite a few with 123 homes, but you are talking about square footage of maybe about 900 square feet up to about 1,500 square feet. So if you're good with not having any yard work, not having to worry about the outside painting your house or the roof, and you want a great place to live, a townhome may be the place to go. So let's talk about that and see what's out there. We need to touch on COVID. Everybody was so fearful because the whole United States was closed down, and of course we saw a huge dip in our GDP. And in April they started talking about, well, if certain things happen, maybe we can see that grow pretty quick, as maybe not as quickly as it dropped, but quick to come back up. So this is what we said in April, and this is actually what happened. So GDP is continuing to go up. I know there are several people out there that aren't working, and I'm hopes that this will give you a glimmer of hope that the more we see this huge V going up, that it's going to go and bring more businesses to be able to hire more people. That's my prayer. We are looking at across the United States again, and back in May, there were, these are in millions, 4.76 million people that had asked for forbearance. And you can see that in October, we dropped down to a little over 3 million people. Thank goodness, correct? These are families that, this is kind of breaks it down for you. The orange one is there's over 2 million people that have asked for an extension on their forbearance. The great part is that part right there, the 44% in the blue-green. They are able to make their house payment, or they've been able to pay off their mortgage. So they've kind of gotten caught up and are able to move forward. The latter two, the 80,000 there, are people that are out of their forbearance. The banks are trying to work with them and trying to get them back in a availability to go and sell or be able to get caught up. Many of you know me. I did over 100 short sales in the years 2008 and 2009 and was very successful. My thoughts are with the appreciation that we've seen. I think that you could probably sell your house, pay your commissions, and still be able to have a nest egg and be able to move into a rental for a little while and then get back on your feet. If you're questioning that, or if you know somebody that's having some problems like that, it is something that I can be able to help you, and I would be honored to help your friends or yourself. And of course, I'm not going to talk about it to anybody. So it's between you and me and God. Interest rates. We just had the election. I had heard one person say that had it gone the way that it's going, we may see an increase in our stock market of about 16%. I know this past couple of days it's gone up quite a bit. They are now, most of the clients that I had last month or the couple months before were getting interest rates at 2.75, 2.85. They are anticipating will probably be right around 3, and then probably hang around the 3%, which is nothing to squawk about. I know this is a lot of information, and I thank you so much for the time that you've spent with me. Please know that if you need to call me and talk to me about any of these things, I would be happy to spend some time with you, and let's get things figured out. Let's move forward and get on, all right? I hope that you have a blessed Thanksgiving and that you're with people that you love. And I keep on praying for the American that we know. Take care. Bye-bye.